everybody. It's A Squared, the writer, and Greg with Stay Diff Multimedia Firm. And this is another episode of A Father's Perspective. So this is the last segment of the Discipline Symposium. And last time, we talked about where is discipline appropriate. So now it's focusing on who should discipline. Of course, like if man and woman married, dad or mom's going to discipline. Or say if the grandparents are involved, like we talked about, in the pre-meeting, that my grandma would discipline my auntie's kids, my cousins all the time. It was like, why their mama never did it? You know what I'm saying? My dad never disciplined me. He never gave me a whooping. He probably ear pull or two, but never, no strong discipline. My mom was the one.
Yeah.
Whoopings and punishments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, and coming from, you being a married man, who do you think should discipline?
Both parents. If it's a two-parent household, I think both parents should discipline. It shows unity. You got a kid who is pretty much, not even pretty much, this is your kid. He's looking up to you. Everything he or she is getting is from their parents. And I think the last thing a child needs to see is their parents off when it comes to discipline. Well, I feel like we should do it like this. Well, maybe they should still be able to do it this way, or vice versa. And then there's this back and forth. Now you have a child who, one, sees that their parents can't make a decision, can't come to a conclusion. So they're going to play on that, not intentionally, but, kids adapt to the world. They're smart. So it's good. I think it's good for both parents if both parents are in the household to discipline. If there is a single parent household, whoever it is, I would say it would take a village. I know me personally, even though we're both in the household, I still, for my kids, anybody who's in the family can talk to them. They see them cutting up, pull them to the side. You got my wishes. Go for it. It's good. It's good. Yeah, ain't nobody laying no hands on nobody. And at the end of the day, they need to understand they need to know how to respect adults. You know what I mean? When I was coming up, my mom was a disciplined person. She was an enforcer. It was always a punishment somewhere. I might have cut up. I know she's gonna be watching this, so she probably she's gonna get at me later. I feel like some of the punishments was a little harsh. I remember one time, I don't even remember what I did. I think I broke curfew. You remember when I had when I first got the car.
Oh yeah.
First got the Camaro. I'm out there, I'm having a good time. I'm a young buck, you know what I mean? We rolling. Got the music playing. Mom's put a crazy curfew on me. As a kid, she was like, at one point she was like, you got to be home by 11. I'm like,
crazy?
That's 11? So then I remember she had bumped it out. She was like, well, fine, you got to be in the house by midnight.
So this was after you was 18 or before?
I was 16, 17 years old.
Oh man, 11 was way more than lenient, man. Come on.
You think so?
Oh, big time. You still in high school, man. You still got to get up in the morning. You still got to go to class. What business you got being out till midnight?
On the weekends.
On the weekends? Okay. 11-hour weekends.
I guess it is okay. It was okay. At mom's, my bad. It was a cool time. But maybe maybe what it was, what had happened was, but she was like the enforcer of the whole thing, man. I remember she put me on punishment one time, told me I couldn't drive my car for like 6 months, dude.
Ooh.
And she was a big component of
you do though.
That your yes mean yes and your no mean no. I'm like, dog, I learned my lesson. I'll come home at 11:50. I promise I will be tucked in the bed. Let me just get them keys back. And man, moms used to discipline hard. She used to always be, she was with the mess, boy. She'll yank my arm. You know what I mean? She'd get up on me like, oh, mom's my bad. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna do it no more. But Pops was cool. Never really, I probably can count the number of times I probably got into an argument with Pops.
Mm.
I guess because we long distance with it, so he wasn't seeing me every day. So the times that we seen, we kicking it. You know what I mean? So it was only a handful of times that we probably got into it. But mom's was definitely the enforcer. But man, yeah, it definitely helps when both parents are involved in the discipline of the child, man. Like I said, it just helps that. I think it helps the child. It's just a learning lesson for the child. Respect, teaches them respect, teaches them, just how to respect other people, how they're going to raise their kids and stuff like that. So
let me ask you this, because you had a stepdad, right?
I did. Yeah.
I remember your stepdad. He reminded me of one of the Commodores.
Yeah.
You always did. I always felt he was just about to.
I'm gonna let him know you said that. I just seen him yesterday too.
Every time I was like, this, he made a record or two in his past, man. Like,
yeah.
He got a microphone in his back pocket and he about to do a spin. Ooh.
Yeah.
So now, based on that, do you feel that it's appropriate for a step parent to issue discipline? Because some people feel like, nah, that's not my kids. I'm not gonna discipline them. I may say something, but I'm not gonna pull out the belt. I'm not gonna put them on punishment. I'll leave that to their parent. You know what I'm saying? I'll discuss it with their parent. What do you think?
I think I'm just gonna word it like this. As an adult, you should be able to talk to a child.
Mm-hmm.
And still be in a respectful manner. That's still some form of discipline.
Yeah.
This goes right back to my point of my kids ain't about to just be talking to no adult any type of way.
Yeah.
That's everybody. You got to be an adult for the rest of your life. So if I'm putting boundaries on a step parent saying, or if they're even putting boundaries on themselves of not wanting to discipline a child because that's not their child, I'm not getting involved. Well, you're just doing society a disservice, because now this child is going to grow up thinking that there's certain people that he or she is supposed to only listen to.
Yep.
Or respect, for that matter. Not even listen to, just the whole respect aspect of it. You know what I mean? So it's like, nah, you ain't got to beat them. You know what I mean? I think sometimes people think discipline is just always physical.
Yeah.
It's not discipline is not physical. Good discipline. I'm practicing discipline right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is something that I went into 2022 trying to do, just practicing discipline. How can I do X, Y, and Z on a consistent basis to, build this self-discipline up? So if you're really disciplining somebody, you're teaching them and helping them be a better person for the rest of their life. So yeah, everybody should be able to not discipline, but at least, like I said, be able to talk with your child with some type of respect.
Yeah.
So my step pops, he was mad chill.
Yeah.
Like he probably raised his voice to calm me and my mom's down. Like he's like, hold up. You know what I mean? So he was definitely more of a diffuser. He's not a confrontational person at all, unless of course someone tries to harm his family, of course. But for the most part, he's a diffuser. He's like, let's try and see what the problem is and talk about it. You know what I mean? All this other stuff, we doing a little too much now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good point. Because my mom's second husband and my little brother and sister, father, he was the hands-on, step parent, and looking back on it now, man, he did too much. Like, nigga, he'd try to give you a whooping for the littlest thing.
Yeah.
And I look back on it now, dude, he had a lot of anger problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, fact.
That part.
He had a lot of anger problems, man. He didn't know how to control his temper. He didn't know how to control his anger. I remember he used to come home and in the littlest thing, he's snapping on. And he trying to blame somebody. I did research about that. You know what I mean? And that was because whatever he was going on in his life, He'll
Mhm.
come home and take it out on us.
Yep.
What eventually happened, he ended up losing his family. My
Yep.
mom took us and we left.
Yep.
So it's very, very key, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of like the underlying theme of all this. You gotta have self-control. You gotta
Man,
have
big time.
patience. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to control yourself, control your emotions. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to have patience
Yeah.
and, and understand, like, okay, well, if this child messes up, don't go from 0 to 100.
Can't do that.
Like, so what if you had to repeat yourself 50 times and they still did it anyway?
Yeah.
Child.
Sound like me, dude. I say that all the time. Like, dude, what do you want them to do? They're kids. Like, they don't know no other way, really.
So, but as they get older, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Lessons, of course. But
Yeah.
in my opinion, the first few years,
Yeah.
they're children, man. They're children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to throw that in there. But everything you said, man, well said, strong
Yeah,
points, man. So, this wraps up this symposium, man. And I might have to do some digging to see what we're gonna talk about next time, man. But pleasure always. Thanks for being a part of it, man.
Thank you.
Always the viewers, man. Like, hey, if you want to be a part of it, like, comment, follow, share it, get it out there. And of course, even if you want to be a part of it, in person, send us a DM, send us an email.
Yeah.
And so we could talk, go over maybe what you want to talk about. Because this platform is for everybody. Especially if you're a parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we want to include, like you had said, it takes a village.
Takes a village, man.
Village. I was a parent for a long time until I met the woman I'm dating now. So, it takes a village. It really, really does. So everybody, the more positive advice you have, the more minds that you have, the different viewpoints that you have, that growing up, different viewpoints, it helps you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It helps you to be a better person. And then what does that do? Help you be a better parent. And we all want our kids to have the best chance to succeed in life, man.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
No, man, just like you said, just to sum it up, man, it takes a village. I can't stress that point enough. These kids need us, and it's evident more than ever now, man. If I use the hip hop example. I love hip hop. I can't help it. I grew up on it. But you can just hear a lot of pain in some of this music out here. Mm-hmm. And then not only that, you got our kids who now are engulfed in a lot of that stuff via social media and stuff. And they're listening to these lyrics, and a lot of these kids that are their age, their peer groups, going through so much trauma and a lot of stuff. So, like I said, man, it takes a village. Help these kids, man, these young men, these young women. They need us. We don't, like I said, the discipline part. It's not always a rod of discipline. Sometimes it comes from the heart, and you just speaking life into them. So. That's what I would just say. Just keep it to where, like I said, we all need each other. Yeah, man, and just keep it like that, man.
Thanks, man. So, hey, we're gonna end it as always in words of our man. I think that's it ties right in line with it. Educate, inspire through action. So y'all take care, man. Peace.
Peace.